Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, what's up? What's up? It's Cliff Elome here. I just wanted to get on here, kind of talk about a little bit about some of the real estate stuff that I've been hearing, all of the stuff that I've been watching and stuff like that. As you know, I've had my channel for a little while. Haven't been posting for a little while. It's been probably like maybe 2 years since I've done my last post. But hey, I decided to get on this YouTube gravy train, man. I mean, why not? I definitely want to, get some information out there. Um, you know, kind of give you guys something on, my perspective on what I think and what I've seen. I still do a lot of real estate investing. And I'm going to be completely honest with you, man. And I'm going to be completely frank with everything that I do have to say about, everything that I've been doing so far, the real estate investing that I'm still currently doing. And I just want to say, man, please don't let people fool you, man. I mean, listen, there's a lot of ads going out there right now with, a lot of real estate investing. Hey, get into the business. This is a great way to get income. This is a great way to change your life, and it certainly is. I'm not gonna lie. This is the 100% truth. Getting into real estate investing is a definite game changer in your life if you learn how to do it correctly, or if you get a mentor or someone to help you do it correctly. Somebody that's really doing, the business, of course. What I've noticed is during my journey in real estate investing that number one, I mean, it's kind of hard to get your foot in the doors. It's not that easy. I mean, what I mean by that is that, like, if you're trying to network with people, and if you're trying to, get into it, it's not that easy just getting into it just like that, or even people dealing with you and doing business with you, especially if you're a newbie. So it is difficult. So I want to say that, in the beginning stages, it's going to be pretty much you, on your own, pretty much doing it all by yourself. What you want to do is that, and how I got into it and how I started learning is through YouTube. Now, YouTube is a very, very great tool. It's pretty much like a library, right? A library of information. So instead of you going to a library and reading books and stuff like that, because sometimes you do that. I mean, books are great. I mean, I read books, but I mean, honestly, to read something about investing, real estate investing, you might get one or two nuggets in there, but a lot of the books are outdated. But what you can do is you can go on YouTube and you'll have some of these people that are actually doing it, people that are not doing it, just giving you information, people that flipped a couple of houses, and they're experts. But at the same time, they give you some good information. Some information you can take, some information you could just leave and throw it in the trash. Okay. But that's just pretty much how I got started, and I just want to say my journey and how I got started was not an easy one. It was a difficult one. Just trying to figure out the ways and what's the best strategy and how I can get everything done efficiently and also with not a lot of capital, because I didn't have a lot of capital. I mean, I probably had like maybe $5,000 to my name, which is actually good, right? But if you have $5,000 and you don't really know how to use that $5,000, then it's not good, right? If you know how to use it, then it's different. You have some capital to play with, right? So yeah, I was able to start off with $5,000. But here's the thing. What happened with me is that I didn't know how to use it. I didn't know where to go. You know what I mean? And the information that I was getting at the time wasn't really giving me that, exactly how I need to use it, right? So I ended up not using it very well. Okay, so it's kind of like I had $5,000, but I didn't use it very well. Had I known this now, had I known what I know now, then I would have used it very well. Okay, but the biggest thing is like marketing. You know what I mean? I mean, you have to market. That's going to be like the number one thing, right? And all these people that are asking you, hey, look, join my course for such and such money. Listen, number one, that's another thing that I learned. Okay, because I was one of those guys too, right? I joined the course. I paid, maybe I think my first course I paid like maybe close to $1,000, and that was just like money out down the drain. I probably got one little piece of nugget. So I guess in the end, I mean, I got a little something for $1,000. But it's kind of a waste, right? Because if you know what to do with the money, you wouldn't do that, right? So now, fast forward, had I known what I know now, then I would have probably used that $1,000 towards marketing, right? Because that's the biggest thing. Because you need marketing, you need that to get clients, you need that to get motivated sellers, right? Right? Because that's the only way the business is going to be, it is going to make money. That's the only reason. That's the only way you're going to have a business, if you have motivated sellers coming through a pipeline that you created through marketing. Right now, there's marketing, there's free marketing, there's a couple marketing, but I'm gonna tell you the truth. You're gonna have to pay for marketing, honestly, and marketing is probably the biggest thing with real estate investing, especially if you're doing wholesaling. Wholesaling in real estate investing. That's the biggest thing. That money for marketing. That's the one thing that's just gonna get you. You know what I mean? The more money you pay for marketing, the more motivated sellers you get. Right? And I'm gonna keep it real with you. This is exactly what you need to do. But anyways, I just wanted to kind of give you a brief play-by-play of how things went for me and how things are going for me. Currently, things are going okay. I'm gonna be honest, right? Okay, I'm not gonna be here getting on this channel, telling you lies and stuff like that. I'll leave that to the other people because they're looking for followings. But I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it funky. All right. Right now the market is crazy. Right. I'm pretty sure everybody knows what's going on. I mean, I'm pretty sure you see the properties are selling for overpriced. I mean, pretty much properties are overpriced right now at this point, right? So it's not that easy when it comes to wholesaling because you have to really learn. Now, this is the point where, see, that's another thing that they don't really tell you in some of these other, shows or whatever YouTube things. They don't tell you that, especially during times like this, you have to learn how to negotiate. Like, there's no if, like, you can't just wing it every time. Yeah, you just can't wing it every time. Yeah. I mean, at first, when I first started off, it was just wing it. It was really no negotiation. It was just morely looking for a super duper motivated seller, right? And that was it. So I know that person was motivated to take a lesser price than what it was worth, especially if it needed work or whatever the case may be. And then that was it. So it wasn't really like, okay, I had to spend like hours on the phone with the person. Person was ready to go. And that was it. But during these times, right now, you really, really, really have to be a super negotiator. Like, you have to have a script, a negotiation script with rebuttals, especially rebuttals for times like this right now. So you have to get on the phone and you have to figure out what rebuttals you're getting and learn how to overcome those rebuttals and negotiate with the seller and explain to them why you need to buy this property at a huge discount. At a huge discount. Why a huge discount? Because of what's going on right now. I mean, everybody knows. Even, you have sellers now. Property that needs work, maybe like 50, 60K, and they're still looking to sell a property for market value, which is unheard of, right? How can you sell your property for market value if your property needs about 50 to 60K into it? But guess what? This is the stigma that's going on right now because everybody's oh man, the market is hot. It's great. I can just sell whatever. The properties are just flying off the MLS, flying off the market just like that. Less than 7 days. Over market value. People are just overbidding. Right? So this is actually the dilemma right now when it comes to wholesaling and investing, the investing business. So the deals are not like super coming in like they were before. Honestly, I'm going to be real with you. They're not. They come in, but it's not like it was before. And you have to super negotiate. And there's a possibility where you might not be able to get it for that huge discount that you need to. But if you can get it at a good discount, you can see where you can put it. Like we've gotten some deals that me and my partners, we've gotten some deals where it wasn't super huge discount. It was a discount, but it wasn't a super huge discount. But we were able to also manipulate it. As far as when I say manipulate it, like structure it right, so that we can go ahead and resell it, or leave enough so that we can go ahead and resell it. Now, our profit margins are probably not the hugest like it was. Like, we're used to getting like $50,000-$60,000 profit margins. Now it's a little bit slimmer. You know what I mean? But this is just the market that we're dealing with right now, right? So I just want to be completely honest with you. Right now, this is a bit of a struggle right now. I want to say, if I'll be the first guy to say that, hey, it's a bit of a struggle in the wholesaling game. I'll be the first guy to say that it is. Like, our profit margins are not as huge as it was maybe like a year and a half ago, prior to pandemic. Even during the pandemic, we were getting some pretty nice margins. But right now it's not like that. You know what I mean? So this is just what I'm seeing. So I don't know if anybody else wants to critique me, or any other wholesalers or investors out there. I want to say, oh no, you're not doing it right, man. We still getting big bucks. But honestly, there's a possibility you can be. But I don't know. I just I don't see it. And a lot of these people are telling fairy tales. Like, they're telling you, oh yeah, but just to get you in. If they're trying to get you in at the end of the day, then you know that there's something that, whatever. But anyways, this is not here. I'm not here to knock any wholesalers or real estate investors at all. I'm just here to kind of just speak the truth, speak my truth, and tell you guys what's going on in my world right now. Okay. So this is what we're encountering. Now, here's my next thing, because this is the main purpose of the video, and what I wanted to talk about is that, there's a lot of videos going out there. There's a lot of news where, there's no housing bubble, or whatever the case may be, or some people saying that there is a housing bubble. I mean, right now, honestly, my opinion, I'm between two things right now. My opinion is that first off, we are in a dilemma. There's no doubt about it. I mean, if you don't know that we're in a dilemma right now, if you think that the economy is great right now, then you might be living somewhere, cloud nine right there. I mean, honestly, come on. I mean, after the world shut down in 2020, the damage has been done. There's severe damage like we've never seen ever. Okay? So, I mean, honestly, to tell you the truth, I mean, you got to be realistic. I mean, that is realistic. I mean, they can tell you all day, hey, everything is doing great, but, slowly you're seeing all of these other things, and it's just like, this is not really adding up right now. Like, they saying everything is great, but why is it that we still have X, Y, and Z? Okay, so I mean, pretty much that's what it is, So again, if you don't realize that, then I guess I don't know. There's nothing else I can say about that. But we're definitely in a definite big housing crisis right now. Number one, we have the eviction moratorium. We have the forbearance moratorium are coming to an end as of August, right? You still have people that haven't paid rent for over 16 months. You still have tenants or landlords that haven't been receiving rent, and they're ready to move forward for sure because they haven't gotten any. Then you have that renter assistance program that has only gave I believe 1/4 of the money that was supposed to be dispersed to landlords or tenants, right? So what's gonna actually happen once this ends in August, right? Where are these people gonna go? What is it gonna do to the housing market? I mean, massive evictions, forbearance, foreclosures, right? You got all these people. I mean, for the forbearance thing, you got people like, they're talking about adding on an extra 10 years to the 30-year mortgage, right? Um, you that's not going to be for that's not going to, everybody's not going to be able to do that. Um, Prices of the houses, I mean, the pricing of the houses are just ridiculous amount. Who can afford that, right? Unless you're making over $100,000 a year or whatever the case may be, regular. I mean, there's pretty much no middle class anymore. I mean, if you think that there still is a middle class, absolutely not. Not even the middle class could afford what's going on. I mean, I'm here in the state of Florida, and we got places like, you know, Tallahassee. We got places like Port St. Lucie, and these prices on the houses, like usually you can go to Port St. Lucie and find a decent 3 bedroom, 2 bath, 1,500 square feet house for at least under 150. But I'm seeing them like in the 200s, 250, and in Port St. Lucie. That's crazy. Like that's something where like I can find something like that, and Fort Lauderdale, Broward, or something like that. But you can't even find nothing like that in Broward. Everything's over the 300, close to the 400 mark, right? Who's going to be able to afford that? Okay, so that's number one. Who's going to be able to afford that? That's number one. Number two, the banks, they're not even like, okay, yeah, the interest rates are very low, but they're just very, like, there's so much things where you need to do or need to have in order to actually get a loan. So they're not even giving everybody loans like that. They're not giving people loans. You have to be severely qualified, like your credit score, income, how long you've been working. Just think about it. Imagine this. Picture this with me. Take this ride with me. During 2020, you lost your job because of the lockdown or the shutdown, the pandemic. Um, they're saying jobs are great now, right? Okay, so let's just say you just got a job, right? So you're slowly trying to get back on your feet. Now, if you were in forbearance or if you were renting and you weren't paying, you're trying to catch up. But now you're gonna need someplace to live if you're close to being foreclosed on or whatever the case may be. Or even if you did have your house and you still maintained it and you paid or whatever the case may be, but you need to move. How can you show that to the bank that you are now stable because you just got a job and you're getting back on your feet, but you haven't been in the job for more than 2 years, right? It's been less than that. It's been less than a year. Can we blame it on the pandemic? Can we say, hey, look, this is can you can strike that, start me off from scratch, because that was an error. That was a world error, not mine. Hmm? I mean, I don't know. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me, honestly. So, what is this going to do for the housing market? Massive. I mean, just think about it. Massive evictions. There were landlords that couldn't wait for the tenant to get out, so they can either just sell it or rent it out, right? And I'm telling you right now, I speak to a lot of tired landlords right now, and they're like, "Yeah, I'm just selling it because I don't want to even deal with another tenant." And imagine if they lock it down again, because there's talks of a second lockdown. Hey, look, listen, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, man. I'm just seeing, I'm just telling you what I see, what I read, and what's going on. Like, it's just, you never know, right? So I don't understand what's going to be done here. So okay, so they're going to be looking to sell. So the evictions, let's say the eviction goes on. Well, it's supposed to. Um, Now they're going to sell their property. So I don't want to deal with it because I just don't want to do it. So that property goes to the market, right? That increases inventory, right? Because that's one of the issues that we've been having. Why the prices have been going up so much is because the lack of inventory, right? So that adds in more inventory. Then we have the foreclosures, right? Because let's be honest, not everybody's going to have that extra 10 years added on to the to the 30-year mortgage. Just be honest. Some people are going to, some people are not. Some people are going to go into foreclosure. Some people are going to have to leave the property. Pretty much 2007, 2008 all over again. People saying, "Oh, it's not going to happen again. They built it." Listen, if you if you study if you study right, if you study history, right, history repeats itself. Okay, every 10 years. This one has been longer than that, right? It's prolonged longer, but I believe that it's already been into, that's another story here, but I believe it's already been there. It's just been waiting to erupt. And this was just like boom. If you follow history, history repeats itself. Every 10 years, a cycle continues with something else, correction. It just has to be done. So it's like, okay, yeah, this is not going to be 2000. I hear a lot of people saying this is not going to be 2007. It's not going to be 2008. They're already doing things that are not just like that. Oh, yeah, you're right. It's not going to be 2007. It's not going to be 2008. It's worse. It's even worse. Right? Have you ever seen a whole world locked down before in your lifetime? Has your mother ever seen the whole world locked down in her lifetime? Has your grandparents have your grandparents ever seen a whole world locked down before in their lifetime or pandemic? I don't think so. So yeah, it's not going to be 2008. Of course, it's worse. It's even worse. It's even worse. We've never seen anything like this before, right? Okay, so why do we keep referring to 2007, 2008, whatever? It's just a reference point, right? Because everybody remembers exactly what happened during that time. So we're using it as a reference point. Like, hey, look, listen, we've never seen anything like this before, but do you recall in 2007, 2008? It was crazy. This is even worse. We're talking about millions of people not working. We're talking about millions and millions of people that can't pay their rent, can't pay their mortgage in over 16 months. Do you think this is not going to affect the real estate market? Oh yeah, prices are going to keep going up. Listen, the way prices are going, like, it's just unsustainable. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Who is going to be able to afford it? Who? That means everybody on this planet has to be making at least over $100,000, probably even more, in order for you to afford the increases of the prices of the houses, especially if it keeps going the way it's going. But I do think, well, from what I'm seeing now, right, it is slowing down, right? Slowing down. I think because I was watching some podcast and they were talking about it and they were saying that it might take a little bit longer or whatever the case may be. I honestly think that the faster it went up is possibly the faster it's going to go down. Honestly, I don't think it's going to be a slow down. I mean, we were really going to have to find out what's going to happen in August. This is what I'm really curious about. What's going to happen in August? How are these properties? How are these evictions? How are these forbearance moratorium? How is all of these things going to affect everything? Okay? I mean, listen, as a real estate investor, we've actually been waiting for something like this for a long time. I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of real estate investors knew that at some point there was going to be some type of a housing crisis, or something was going to happen soon. And honestly, this is like a dream for a lot of real estate investors, including I, because Um, you know, this is the time that we get to scoop up a lot of property for um, for huge discounts, right? But I want to be very, very sensitive to the matter of a fact. I mean, yeah, this is going to be great for a lot of real estate investors, but then you still got to think about what's going to go on with the people, right? I mean, we've already had a homeless issue, and it only increased since 2020, and it's getting worse and it's getting worse. People need to have places to live. People need places to stay. And rentals are even increasing as well, because the people that did sell their house, right, for those huge profits or over market value, right? Now they don't want to buy another house because their houses are expensive. It's pricey. So what they're doing is they'll rent out someplace to live, right? While everything cools down, and then possibly look forward. So they'll have these maybe short 3 to 6 months lease, right? Now what that does is it drives the prices up on rentals, right? Because all these people that either sold their house or they needed a place to live, whatever the case may be, now it's going into a rental market, right? So now, we have in Florida where, you can find a, 2 bedroom, 1 bath in a worse neighborhood going for at least a good 1,800, which is crazy ridiculous, right? Crazy. Like, I had a friend that had he was renting an apartment a couple, like maybe 2, 3 years ago for 1,200, 2 bedroom, 1 bath, 1,200. Maybe this is like a year and a half ago. Okay. Now that's a little bit under. I want to say the average is about maybe 1350. Okay. But we're talking about 1,800 for a 2 bedroom, 1 bath in a non-desirable neighborhood. Who can afford that? No, listen. There are people that can't afford it, but I mean, realistically, I mean, I mean, people are just forgetting how, like, some people are just living in a box and a bubble, and they just think like, hey, look, I'm making money, whatever the case may be. But there are people that are out here that are struggling, like really, really struggling, and the rent increases are just impossible and ridiculous and crazy, and it's not making sense. So, I mean, this is just what I'm seeing here. This is my opinions. Listen, um, I'm giving you guys my opinions. I want to make sure that I let you guys know that this is my opinion. Um, a lot of it is fact. A lot of it is opinion. And yeah, I mean, pretty much. I mean, this is what's going on right now. This is what's going on in the real estate market. Um, yeah, we will have to see where everything goes. Pretty much. I mean, this is what it is. I mean, for your real estate investors, I mean, the best thing to do is continue to market, talk to as much people as possible until you find that deal. And then wholesale your deal or do whatever it is that you're looking to do for a deal. But I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna be honest. It's a little bit of a rough time for a wholesaler. Um, I'm speaking for what I'm seeing right now in my market. I can't speak for every other wholesale, but I mean, honestly, we do a lot of marketing. We do a lot of marketing in different angles, and we've actually branched out, not just Florida. We branched out to other states and cities, and as well. So it's just all around the board. We're seeing the same thing. So it's just like, I can't imagine what other wholesalers. And I know I have another wholesaler that I know, and he tells me the same thing. So um, yeah, that's pretty much it, man. So hey, listen, I'm gonna try to bring some more content. I got another channel here also that I'm gonna promote. I'm gonna push out some more content out every day. Right now, I'm actually in one of my offices. This is one of the community rooms in my offices. So you guys might see the scenery change a little bit sometimes, but that's okay. We're gonna still push out some content. Um, yeah, I want to stay on this. I kind of want to stay on this topic because I see a lot of people talking, and I see a lot of a lot of real estate channels out there, and I definitely like to push out my opinion and what I see, because I'm in the game. I'm in the game. Okay, believe me, I'm in the game. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm not trying to recruit you anything. I'm not trying to give you any courses or anything like that. I'm in the game. I'm doing the business. So I just want to let you guys know what I see there out here in my area here, and from there we can see how we can help each other, And again, we're gonna have to see what goes on. This is gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. But listen, I'm gonna check out. Thank you guys for listening to my channel, and go ahead, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, hit the subscribe, hit the like button. Please hit the like button and the subscribe button. All right, checking out.